So man, this was sad. Like, I was definitely crying a little bit in the tear-eyed. But I will say though, I laughed it off a few times there because I will say that this right. I think it was a really good episode. I think it was really good, really dramatic, very good emotionals. But I felt that a little bit there was a little too much, right? And I don't say that like, oh, we have to try, but like, if it had sometimes less is more, in my opinion. Not always, but like sometimes, right? And I felt like this was like too much right now. So in my mind, at least, it became almost comedical instead of being sad, because it's like it was really sad. It was really sad. And he's like, you know, that the part when he's like, I'm trying to, you know, tell my family that I have cancer and I die. That was really sad. But the part before that was almost a little like ridiculous, in my opinion. I'm getting where they want to go, right? But it was like too much. It's like, oh, my back hurts, and it hurts, and kids are mean to me, and my daughter hates me, and my son hates me, and then oh, I also got cancer. It's like, you know, it's almost like, you know, oh, here's a bucket list of like 10 bad. I have like 10 or 10. Yeah, it's like I was like too much, right? And that's for me at least because I was a little comedic then, because it's like, what? Oh, it's cancer. Yeah, I mean, I said it before. I was like, I'm just gonna guess it's gonna get cancer now when it goes. Oh, it's cancer. Yeah. So in that sense, it becomes a little ridiculous. But it was really sad, and I think especially after that, when it got a little less. Because in the beginning it was like, you know, sad. After that, it was a little more melodramatic, right? It was a little more like, okay, I go out with the dog, and I started crying here alone. Like then I felt, for me, that was the sad part, of course. It's like I was crying there just before the aliens come, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna like kill myself or something. I think that's the kind of super depression, right? And that was probably the saddest part. But before that, not before that, but I say in the beginning though, I felt there was almost a little too much there. Because it's like predictably sad, right? It's like, okay, it's gonna be next level of sadness all the time. But it was really sad too as well. It was really sad. So when he got the cancer, that wasn't so sad, but it was really sad afterwards. After the sad, right? When he's trying to tell his family. That was a really emotional thing. When he's trying to tell his family there, and he can't even tell them. Yeah, that was really sad. That got me teary-eyed for sure. When he was like trying to, yeah, like. I guess his daughter, because she's, you know, like 16, 17, like, oh, it's my grandpa, or whatever, yeah. I get that, and it's really sad, of course, like, dad's because of cancer, can't tell his daughter he's gonna die in 3 months. It is really sad, of course. But that felt, I was like, that was sad, but I think the wife part for me was sadder, because they're still his wife, right? They had 2 kids together, they were living together for, I assume, like 20 years at least. I mean, the daughter is like, what, 16, 17, maybe a little older. So they've been together for this like 18 years, probably a little more, right? So let's say 20 years. And he can't even tell her that it's cancer. He's like, honey, and he's like, oh, whatever, get the dog out. He's like, okay. Yeah, that was really sad. That really hit the heartstrings there. When he gets home there and he's like, I have cancer, and he can't tell them right. And then, of course, afterward, he leaves the house with Hanako with the dog. And he's just like, I don't think anyone would care if I died. Yeah, that was really sad. That was sad. And then, of course, that's the crying scene afterwards. Yeah, that was very sad. So, this anime, definitely one of the most tragic anime I watched in my life. Almost one episode. No, but really, because it hits that, and I compare it to other animes as well, but it hits kind of the, I would say it's like a really kind of gruesome sadness, right? Because it's more anime, like, oh, this character died and that's sad. It's same as like most movies, like, oh, this hero died here and that's sad, or this person's family member died, and so on. That was like very like, impactful sadness, right? It's like, bam, this is supposed to be sad, feel sad, yeah. But this anime here is what anime is probably all gonna feel really emotional about if it keeps on this level of it, because it's like, oh, my life is sad in like a nihilistic way that's like, I go to my job, I work on my computer, no one talks to me, like I sit there, you know, hit some numbers on the keyboard, right? I pendle home at the commute, and the kids are not next to me are like, like I hate kids, like that kind of, I get home, daughter is like, oh, shut up, old man, yeah, like that kind of life, and it's like every moment in my normal life is just really bad. It's like, oh, I get cancer, and it's like, yeah, and my back hurts all the time, and I'm almost blind, and yeah, like this, that kind of like realistic sadness, where it's like life is just bad, yeah, like life is bad, and then of course we get into this old man, right, that he saves, and yeah, also kind of that was for me it's almost even worse in a way there. That also was really sad. Yeah, that was also a very emotional scene. I think that was really horrible, right? When he hit. That was some really excellent writing. That was some really excellent writing. Kinda a little force fed to it, but I think it was writing good anyway. I mean, if you start shooting at this homeless man, it was to be a sad scene, but without the context of the phone call before. He had this photo of the lady he liked and it's like burning alive, because that would be really sad. But a little forced down having a phone call just before, right? That was a little forced, but still, I think it was really, really good. We get this like, oh, I just gotta work, honey. Maybe we can try again, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm finally gonna be like, stop being homeless. And then it's like random kids come and try to like kill him, right? Like like burn his stuff up and they're gonna beat him with baseball bats. And it's like, like this is just like. So it's a little problem though. I found it really sad, but again, it's a little bit like sad on top of sadness. It's like you saw this guy getting his life back together somewhat, and then the kids come and like burn him, and like they burn the photo of him and his wife, right, or ex-wife or so on. And it's like, wow, yeah. It's like, and he's like praying, like, please don't kill me. I finally managed to get a job and I'm renting an apartment tomorrow, and they're like, no, it's gonna burn him up. It's like. Yeah, it's really sad, but it's also in a little way it's a little forced though, because it's like it's definitely max, yeah, like everything is just the worst. But I liked a lot though. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see the main character helping people like him more, like himself, and like the whole person, more people that has like, well, not shitty life. He has shitty life, but I mean helping against the whole person that has. Okay, they are being, like, robbed in the street and so on. Less than, like, fighting, super villains, right? It's more like gonna be a kind of street type guy, have people getting robbed or so on, right, on the street, and more than that. That could be way, way interesting, I think. Also, of course, it's pretty much only him and that kid, right, that has powers, so that's probably how it's gonna be. That being said, though, I don't know what's gonna happen later in this anime, because I know kind of the premise is that he's gonna fight this older kid, right, that's gonna turn his power to evil instead, and I'm afraid that the anime we're going to be kind of like weird mecha, cyborg mecha fighting in like see the intro, flying around shooting missiles or that wouldn't be very interesting. Probably not. It might be, but I think this like down to earth thing here is better. So this episode has been really great, and I don't know what's gonna happen later. Right, it might go in a other direction, but hopefully also I think that the kid, following the ending at least, that the other guy that got the powers, he's probably also has some bad life, right, or something. He might have some really good story there from his side, so if we can follow them both, probably that can be really good as well. Last thing I said it like 3 times watching it, like that dog is gonna die. It's like Hanako. There's no way that dog is gonna survive the battle. I just feel like that dog, right, he's gonna be there when they fight in like the final episode, and he will kill his dog, and that's gonna be like, okay, now I have to kill you, kid. That's gonna be the trigger to make him, defeat the kid, right? I say it right now, episode 1, it's like, that's gonna happen, and then hopefully he's gonna resurrect the dog by making it a cyborg dog, right? Yeah, like, he's take the kid's core into the dog and make it like like a cyborg dog, right? I'm calling it now, that's gonna happen. Yeah, like 3 months from now, we're gonna see the dog being killed by the kid. He defeats the kid, take the kid's core, make it the dog, so the dog is live again. Yeah, I'm saying it right now, I'm pretty sure on it. That's gonna happen exactly. Well, yeah, last point too. It has to be a Oda reference. Ishida Oda. I was like, prestige. It's like, Ishida Oda? Oda sensei? And then of course she's like, oh, you're living next to Oda, right? His father is a very famous manga artist. I'm like, Oda sensei? I guess that has to be a One Piece reference, right? It's a little weird. So there's like, yeah, okay. Just throwing it in there in the anime. But yeah, anyway. I want to read the episode. Definitely gonna watch next episode. The only thing I didn't like so much for the CGI effects, right? It's like, they kind of stale sometimes. They weren't that bad that I was afraid they were gonna be, but they also weren't that much bad in this episode. Much more drama, right? So there might be more of that later on. I think that's why I say I'm afraid of this anime. I think that the more battles there are, the less good it's gonna be. It's kind of how I feel. From what I saw right now, I think it's better to say it. But anyway, I think it's a really good episode, first episode for sure. So anyway, see you guys next week and have a great day.